I'm on the ball today. I even felt exempted from the law today. It's like this revelation dawned on me. It's so amazing, help support the cause. I get everyone involved. I feel like I'm on the ball today. I even felt exempted from the law today. It's like this revelation dawned on me. It's so amazing, help support the cause.
This revelation dawned on me. Love it. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I don't know if we're going to be on LinkedIn or not because it just popped up lost connection.
Really? Oh, well,
Yeah,
it's
for some weird reason. I don't know why, but
kind of the way of the way. That's why we're on all the other channels. We're doing the show, whether people come or not. LinkedIn has its own mind. Let me just check and see if it's happening on my end. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't see it. So, but it is what it is. Good morning. Lori, coming to us live from New York.
Pleasantville, Westchester, New York. Absolutely.
Isn't that a great name for a place, like to live in Pleasantville? Like, if you live in
You
Pleasantville,
know what? It's
can
really
you be a miserable son of a bitch living in Pleasantville.
it really is a pleasant little town, I have to say.
Awesome, man. That is so great. That is so nice. Well, welcome aboard. For those who don't know you, you are Lori Solarillo. Below us is Shay Money, who is telling us that LinkedIn is not happening this morning, which is a bummer, but we're here. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. We'll do what we do. What's happening? Give us a State of the Union yet.
Oh, just, I think I told them yesterday, yes, Patrick's up at camp. So I stayed up here just in case, so I could be nearby and instead of flying back and forth. But it's been a really great chance to spend time with everybody on my dad's side of the family. My dad, for those that don't know, I lost him when he was young. And so I'm staying with one of my uncles, went to see my other uncle yesterday, all my cousins. So it's kind of been a bit nostalgic.
Good for you, man. My family is great. Are you itching for summer? Is being away from the office working on your brain?
Well, I've been working all week. I'm not on vacation. So literally I have been working call to call and then working on some grants and stuff. So I haven't stopped working for a second.
Isn't that great that you have the ability to do that? I mean, when I talk and I think about gratitude, I'm grateful that you can work from anywhere. I mean, it's, I'll spend the first week of August in Aspen, but I'm not working. I'm just changing the environment. Time change works in my favor. Before anybody even gets up, I'll have all my calls done. It'd be great. So anyway, we got a show today. There's so much going on around South Florida with the Cup. Everybody's dancing and drinking and nobody knows what the tradition is. So stick around. We got good stuff for you. Shay, wake this thing up. Shay, any idea what's going on with LinkedIn, just out of curiosity?
No, it didn't give the message, that we needed to do it. When I hit live, it just said it lost connection to reconnect, and it's disabled right now, so it can't do anything.
Lovely. All right, well, here we are. We'll keep going as we do every morning, and I love this because it really does feed my brain. It frames a good thought that generally shows up a couple times during the day. Shay, show me today's daily information. And Lori, please do the honors.
Absolutely. Everything changed when I figured out that big moves only come from lots of small moves. The tension of wanting things to happen overnight fell away. It took the pressure off and let me focus on putting in the daily effort that creates real growth.
This mirrors a lot of the content, a lot of the conversation we have. It mirrors, James Clear and Atomic Habits, small incremental, so just do it daily. I was working with the Amaranth folks yesterday, who are just what an enjoyable group to work with. And, I was telling them incremental, we've been together 10 times, and the change from when we started to what they know and how they think and how they process stuff is so different. So it really is. Melissa Graves is reading Compound Effect. It's small behaviors do compound, just like small investments do. You don't have to put all your money in a stock or in something.
It adds up, right?
Compounds. And thank you, Warren Buffett, for that beautiful stuff. So I want to share this. This was not scripted, but everybody, there are more Panther fans today than there have ever been, man. So, Florida is definitely a bandwagon town, but rightfully so. It's an exciting time, and the team is taking the cup all over the place. So let me go back to the game. I was at the game. Jay showed me this gentleman who was watching the game with me. Do you know who that is, Lori?
Well, I do, yes.
Okay. So for those who don't know or can't see or whatever, this is Emilio Estefan, who is married to Gloria Estefan and was the founder of the Miami Sound Machine and years of music and productivity. He was an invited guest in the suite. He wound up sitting or standing next to me. I had brought the rat. And he whispered in my ear that he had never been to a hockey game before and really didn't understand the sport. And so he asked me if I would teach him during the game. So it was really great. And it made me realize there's so many fans that don't understand the game, don't understand the traditions. It was awesome. He was telling everybody that I was his hockey coach, which was great, which is actually kind of funny because it is leading to an opportunity for me to do something with him. So anyway, the point of the conversation is there are traditions that happen around the Stanley Cup that I think everybody should know about. So it comes with certain rules. I'm going to say the rule, and then I want you to say true or false. The winners shall return the cup in good order when required by the trustees of the league, so that it may be handed over to another team that may win it the following year.
False.
Okay, that is true. That is a true thing, that the same cup moves year to year, so it does move. So there you go. Each winning team at its own expense, means they have to pay for it, may have the club name and year engraved on a silver ring fitted on that same cup. True. It is up to the team to decide. And I can't imagine a team not wanting to do that. The cup shall remain a challenge cup and should not become the property of one team, even if won more than once. So there are teams like Mark Messier, who was the announcer. He's won 6. Does it stay with one team do they get more privileges, or is it year by year?
Year by year.
Year by year. So the last one is one of the existing trustees resigns or drops out, the remaining trustee shall nominate a substitute. So this is a governing body, very much like the Supreme Court. And so it is up to, it says, the remaining trustee shall or shall not nominate his substitute.
Shall.
You are correct. So those are the rules. Now the traditions. Okay, this is fantastic. The winning team must drink champagne from the bowl. True or false?
False, because I think it could be beer too, but no, true.
Lord Stanley set the tradition that the first sip has to be champagne. To Jerry Plush's credit, we had champagne in the suite. So it was, look at this, everybody. This is great. Way to go, Melissa. Stay with me. The captain of the winning team has to be the first one to hold and skate the trophy around the ice.
True
That. Mr. Barkov got that. honor, which was a thrill, and I had said to Ellen, being in the building, regardless, like I had been in the building when the Panthers lost the fourth game to Colorado back in the Miami Arena, and watching anybody skate with the cup is such a unique experience. The winning team is allotted 100 days of sharing the cup with members of the team, but it is always accompanied by one representative of the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Well, the first part is true. I don't know about the second part. I'll say yes.
This is so good.
I'll say true.
Okay, it is. So there is somebody that guards or accompanies the cup at all times. When the 100 days is up and is returned, no one is allowed to touch the cup with their bare hands.
False.
That is true. Isn't that crazy?
That's a stupid rule.
Well, no, if you remember when the guy who travels with the cup, he was wearing white gloves.
Right.
So it is.
Well, I just figured that was because, they didn't want to mess it up before they gave it to the team. But
so it's actually one of the best rules in sports, and I'll leave it at this, and then we'll move on to other stuff. But it's one of the best rules in sports that nobody can touch. Here's what it says here. You don't touch the Stanley Cup until you've earned it, which is pretty spectacular. So congratulations. They are showing pictures all over town. Our favorite restaurant is Cafe Europa. They were there for lunch. I showed the picture of them there for lunch. It's a tradition. The team ate there on game days and then came back. So we were there last night talking to the waiters and stuff, saying how fun it was. They've been at the Elbow Room. They were at Greek Islands. So the pictures are all over the place.
They're going to be Sunday. I think they're going to be at the arena, the new ice hockey arena down in Fort Lauderdale and Holiday Park. I think is Sunday is the big celebration.
Well, Sunday it's on the beach. The parade is on the beach.
Yeah, the parade. But then I think there's going to be something also. I don't know. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true.
Really, really, really incredible. Good stuff. Congratulations to all of them. Let's go to motivational music because it's just the way I feel. Today is our last live show till the 8th. It's a real break. It's a break for you mentally, physically, but Kenny Chesney puts it right.
Summertime. It means so many things. It's tailgating in the parking lots, being free, living easy. But for me and the guys on the road, summertime means all the fans are bringing all these songs alive. It's playing way too loud and having a whole lot of fun doing it. Because without the fans, the music, it just isn't the same. And with you, well, it's always summertime. Summertime is finally here. That old ballpark man is back in gear out on 49. Man, I can see the lights. School's out and the night's rolling, man. Just like a long lost friend you ain't seen in a while. You can't help but smile. And it's two bare feet on the dashboard, young love and an old Ford, cheap shades and a tattoo and a yoo-hoo bottle on the floorboard. Perfect song on the radio. Sing along, cause it's one we know. It's a smile, it's a kiss, it's a sip of wine. It's summertime, sweet summertime.
So I have not been to a Kenny Chesney show, nor is it on my hit parade, but I had a fun time.
It's a great song. I like country. He reminds me, I dated a guy from Texas back when I was in my 20s, and he reminds me of him. He's not hard on the eyes, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, that is for sure, man. He's wearing the cutoff and the gym
he's
shorts.
a fine specimen, as they say in the South.
all good stuff. So, as a leader, this is a cool question. You do have to learn to deal with disappointment, correct?
Absolutely.
It's part of the game. Mark talks about failure. There was a fine line between Paul Maurice being the hero that he is today versus, wow, they made history falling apart and losing, 4 games straight, which I found fascinating. So he didn't coach any different. He didn't coach them to lose, but you put the spotlight on, wow, we won 3 games. Now we lost 3. And after game 6, I thought his response was very interesting. And then I want to talk about how you deal with disappointment. He has 4 rules, but I sort of want to get your view on it. He said, I'm not worried about the player's mental state tonight. This is after losing game 6. Everybody's sphincter was like, oh my God, what happens if we lose? It doesn't have to be right tonight. You've suffered a defeat. You feel it. It hurts. You lick your wounds, and we start building back tomorrow. Mark talks about the 24-hour rule, all like that. But do you have a process for defeat?
And I would say yes. And I would say that process has changed over the years as I've evolved and changed as a leader, and our times have changed. And I would say I don't call it the 24-hour rule, but I definitely, my process has become, rather than explode, which it might have been years ago, right? Because
that's a great point.
Okay. That was okay in leadership back then, right? And I don't mean explode. I never was the kind of person that would ever berate people or be disrespectful, but I might have blown my top, like, what the hell? Like, right now I gather the facts, and I actually remove myself for a little bit because I don't want to, go off. And again, not in a disrespectful way, but just, I don't want to blow my top. So now it's like, I need to process what happened, start to think about how we're going to fix it and how I'm going to deal with that person who might have been the,
awesome. What wonderful.
You and I talked about this in coaching just the other day. So
who did?
You and I talked about.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry. That's why it was so relevant to me, because he did show composure, and I think people were trying to needle him. The press was trying to needle him. And he's like, listen, those are not happy guys. So it's okay. They don't have to be happy right now. They lost and it hurts.
And I think that's the thing. When you have someone who is a high performer, right, or a good performer, and they fuck up and they make a mistake, are you going to crucify them for one mistake? Right? So yes, it's a mistake. It's a failure, but I think you have to put it all in perspective. And so I really think the way he handles it, right? Okay, we made a mistake. How are we going to fix it? How are we going to prevent it from happening again? And moving forward and not demoralizing them anymore. They already feel bad. This person made a mistake. They cried in my office. What am I going to do? Right? They don't make mistakes every day. If they made mistakes every day, they'd be fired. They wouldn't be there anymore. But we all make mistakes.
So, it's interesting. So they identified 4 sort of steps, if you will. Step number 1, acknowledge the emotion. You just said, you're crying, man. I get it, man. I can pour salt on that and make it worse. What's the point? You're already feeling that emotion. Right. And I think I want people who are emotional. I want to work around people who feel it. You can't sit there, be totally stoic, knowing you just lost an epic game.
No, you need to show remorse, right?
Well, you need to feel something, whatever emotion you're willing to do. So I said, okay, great. Acknowledge the emotion. This is a challenge that most leaders try and do. And this is a relationship thing too. People try and fix it on the spot. Okay, we lost, but I'm going to fix it right now. He deferred it to the next day, which I thought was brilliant. Okay, it sucks. It is what it is. And he got in the locker room and started game planning or talking about strategy for game 7. They're not even in a place where they can receive it. They're just, it sucks, man. It's bad. And in the moment, knowing that and having the composure to say, you know, to your point, someone's crying right in front of you. Why would you try and fix it?
Right.
It's not going to happen. Number 3, pinpoint what specifically needs to be corrected. And only leaders can do that. I don't think people that are in the game, in the moment, that's the defining moment for leadership, is to look at the chessboard and go, okay, I have a gut. I feel what needs to be done here. Do you agree?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think leaders who are self-aware, who are observant, who I don't think every leader can do that, because sometimes they're not in the right place either. But I think a really good leader, yes, can do that for their team.
So obviously the day after, Paul Maurice showed up, refocused, re-energized, re-spirited, and turn the attention from that to what's possible. Melissa Graves says, and it's so funny because I read it really fast, I saw the asses and no board. What do asses have to do with it? There's asses everywhere.
Well, maybe that's sometimes true too.
So it's just, but it, so I want, well, final question for the week, for the, the vacation. What role does emotion play in leadership?
It can't play any role, actually. I mean, well, I shouldn't say that. I think there are times for emotion, right? When you lose someone on the team, right? Maybe something happens, something emotional happens with the team. You need to be able to show emotion, right? Empathy, remorse, all those things. But when it comes to performance and it comes to, right, achieving the goals, no, you can't. I think you have to sit back for a minute and get your emotions under control before you respond.
I think that's a beautiful sentiment, is that emotions that run unchecked create chaos. It's okay to be in the moment. It's okay to be excited. I want to know that you have a pulse, but when it goes unchecked and people can't count on you, you lose all your credibility. So it's what a cool conversation around the Panthers. We'll be seeing and hearing this stuff for at least 100 days, man. You'll see what the players do with the cup and all that kind of stuff. So a good time to be in South Florida. We will be on the beach on Sunday at that parade. Should be a really fun time. You enjoy.
Are you going to be down on the street? You're going to be up at the pool?
I'll be up at the club. Yeah. So I'm not going in the street.
I didn't think so.
That's not happening. But it will be berserk there. I'm actually.
I thought about taking Patrick, but I'm like, oh, I don't think so.
I'm going to ride my bike there, so I don't have to mess around. I'll lock my bike up. I'll go upstairs and and like, or I won't, because they're actually calling for rain. And so.
Oh. Yeah, no, definitely not going in the rain. So,
but it's been a long time since this town had a parade. So
this is great for South Florida economically. I mean, it's.
Well, it's funny you say that, because prior to the game, I had a conversation with my friends at Amarant, and they were saying that if we were to lose for some reason, it would create a really bad hangover for South Florida. Like, that one would be a bummer. And so it just shows you the agony of defeat, and
Listen, you can't help but point out, because you mentioned Emron. I just want to make this one last thing. That was brilliant of them. Not because the Panthers won, but look how being a part of that put Emron on the map. Right? Being involved in their community, being involved in whether it's sports, charity, whatever it is, really has put them on the map. So,
I mean, Jerry is a really interesting CEO. He comes from Philadelphia. That's a sports town. People rally around sports, so they have involvement with all of the teams. The naming rights was available. The deal that they did was really unique and great, and they have lots of assets. But I will tell you, they work that suite like it is a business asset. We're helping them with their strategies on who's seeing, who's going, and what's happening afterwards. And just an amazing time. I'm so thrilled to be part of it. Lori, have a wonderful weekend. Have a great July 4th. We'll see you the week of the 8th. Shay, the same to you. Enjoy your time off. I'll still call and bug you, I'm sure, but no.
I'm sure I will be my services will be needed at some point.
That's why you are who you are. Everybody, have a great holiday. Enjoy the reruns. Look forward to seeing everybody on the 8th. Now, for today, you got to get down to business.
Yeah. Please don't worry about me. I'm about to let my heart speak. My friends keep telling me to leave this. So let's get down to business.